We actually ended up turning yesterday into not too bad of a day. Saw some green through the market. SHIB actually closed on a very positive note, which is a great sign. Back half of the day was pretty quiet. A little bit of overseas selling right now. It's still pretty early on in the day, and we are seeing some red in the markets. But hopefully this can change. I will say there is an announcement taking place today that I did want to mention in this video that could cause some stir in the market. But what I really want to highlight is actually SHIB conviction. I found something very interesting, and what it's showing is that SHIB conviction remains high and actually is continuing to get stronger. In fact, we've just hit some new records in that regard. So if you are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So SHIB did close yesterday up about 3.5%, which is a nice day. I'm not saying, it's a major, exciting, booming day or anything like that. Again, we're still just kind of stuck waiting right now. We're waiting for some sort of spark in the crypto market. We're waiting for the government shutdown to end. We're waiting for further macro reports, which are waiting for the government shutdown to end. We're waiting for a lot of these ETFs to get launched, right? The market is still just kind of in this place of uncertainty, and it doesn't really know how to handle it. Some people are speculating that the market cycle is over and that we're going to fall into a bear market. There's just so much fear mongering going on in the space right now. It's exhausting. I see it in the comments. I see it in the posts on Twitter. People are freaking out. But the funny thing about this is if people freak out for a long time here and price doesn't move out, it's a question of, when does the money move back into the market? Is it going to be chasing at some point here? That's all really what we're waiting on. That's what gives us those euphoric runs. That's what has given SHIB many of these bounces and rebounds in the past. Did want to show everybody too, we did get a little bit of a pushback up in terms of stochastic RSI here. Hasn't flipped bullish yet. We have seen it flip bullish on some assets, still hasn't flipped on several others. But could this in fact be the moment that the market is bottoming and starting to suggest that we have a little bit of a rally ahead? On the weekly for SHIB, we did actually get a bullish flip there. Now remember, this isn't really confirmed until we get past our weekly close. So that's going to be something to watch very closely. We're still dealing with institutional selling. It is slowing down. Really, it's just BlackRock that sold over the last 24 hours. Actually, it's only BlackRock that sold over the last 24 hours. That has actually given us our red days here. You guys can see here, 146 million on the Ethereum side, 375 million on the BTC side. Eventually, this does stop. Okay. Now, we did also see BTC dominance come down like we were talking about. We got to the top of our structure, still waiting for that push down. Again, a lot of these things, what you need to know right now is they're at least suggesting some sort of relief rally, whether it's small, whether it's big. We don't know yet. It depends on what everybody else decides to do when we see some green in the market. And although we got a little bit of push yesterday, I just want to show everyone, we saw a lot of, green to basically. Actually, SHIB did a little better climbing throughout the rest of the day, to be honest with you. Mostly green on almost every hourly candle. We had a couple red hourly candles in the early afternoon. And then finally, once we got our daily close, that's when we saw some red. Actually, it really wasn't until about 11 p.m. Central Standard Time where SHIB dropped, what was this, 2.27% in 1 hourly candle. That's kind of odd. Wasn't really expecting that. Didn't know the video was going to take us here, but maybe I'll have to look into that and see exactly what that was. Maybe someone large capitulated. Maybe there was some liquidations that took place. Maybe it just decided to thrust downward in a more aggressive way than BTC. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Right here, same hourly candle, BTC dropped from basically 104 down to 103.3 or so. Actually, about 103K. Anyways, I'm rambling now. So it looks like SHIB just had a little bit of an overreaction to that drop in terms of BTC. And, now here we sit. Now, that being said, we're still dealing with some capitulation from Shiba Inu holders, but it's shorter term capitulation. It's people that, maybe bought sometime over the course of 2025. The long-term holders are doing a really good job of staying convicted and actually helping support price. And why I'm saying that is this is SHIB percentage of supply last active 1+ years ago. So this is SHIB that basically hasn't moved in over a year's time. If we actually zoom in on this chart, we can see that SHIB actually just surged to a new all-time high in this percentage. So what this is showing is right now, 73.17% of Shiba Inu has not moved in over 1 year. Now, obviously, 40, 45 or 43% or whatever it is the burn wallet. But it's very impressive to see that this just continues to increase. For example, if we're looking back in late 2023, right before the bull market kicked off, we were at 55%. So you're seeing, again, the long-term holders remain convicted. We're just dealing with some of the short-term speculators, the weak-handed people that have been doing a little bit of dumping. And that's obviously given us huge opportunity. So we'll obviously see what, I just thought that was very interesting. I wanted to share that with you guys. And what it shows you is that we're still having major conviction for Shiba Inu as an asset. If you really think about it, right? SHIB, guys, still currently is a $5 billion asset. Okay, it's still a $5 billion asset in the crypto market. It's the 24th largest overall, technically 21 if you don't count stable coins. So SHIB has still a huge opportunity here. And I think, again, we just need the confidence in the market to return. We need some retail to obviously return to the space, which will happen over time. But we'll get through this. We will get through it, I think, just fine. But again, it's all about a matter of patience, and it's definitely being tested in this market cycle. I think you guys can agree. So I appreciate you as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.